Trapping.
This was a pain to set up.
They can never guess where we're at.
What?
They can never guess where we're at.
You guys can never guess where we're at right now.
But anyways, I guess I shall do the intro. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Size the Boys podcast. I'm Jacob, and I'm here with
Kirby!
And this is a very, very unique episode.
So, for this episode, should we give it away right now, or?
If you want.
So, we're up in Utah right now.
I think it's Idaho, or the Utah-Idaho area.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we're in Utah, though.
Let me check the map on the phone. It keeps disconnecting from the internet. Hold on. Carry on real quick while I get this connected.
Yeah, so we're out here camping with a lot of his side of family's friends.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a long weekend because now we're here till Sunday. We leave Sunday, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Dude, you know what's gonna suck about leaving Sunday? We're gonna be back late.
That depends on when we leave.
You really think we're gonna wake up at 4 in the morning again on a camping day?
No,
Actually, now that I say that out loud, knowing Jeff.
well, last time we woke up at 9 a.m. and got back in the evening. Alright, now I can...
It's a crunchy leaf.
Now I can check where we're at.
Hey Jacob, you want to crunch the crunchy leaf?
Fill load at Preston. So we're in Preston. So that is, if it'll... Service is kind of shit, but it's understandable.
We have no Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's refusing to, oh wait. But where's the...
Just zoom out until we see the state. There.
It's not good. Okay, there.
Oh, that's a little too far. Oh, we're in the Salt Lake City area?
No. Oh, so we're in Idaho, like, we're on the bottom
Oh, we're in
cusp of
Idaho.
Yeah, the very bottom cusp of Idaho.
They lied to us. They said we're in Utah.
Well, it's Utah-Idaho area, basically.
So what should we talk about for this episode?
Well, we're camping. Should we talk about that? Like, different camping experiences? And...
That's what I was thinking. I know I have plenty. What about you? How many camping trips have you been on?
God, let's see. Probably, cause I know when I was young, we went on 1 or 2, like, every single summer. I'll say 1, because that's what I remember, but probably maybe, like, maybe 8, so I know that's 8, 9...
Oh, so we're doing this at a slant right now. The ground we're sitting on is not even.
Yeah.
I'm falling back in my chair.
Yeah, it's the ground we're on is very uneven. We're on like a what do you call it?
Picnic table?
Picnic table, yeah. And but also I'm very tired. Been up since 3 in the morning, and we're recording this Thursday night. It's close to 7 p.m.
Oh God,
We're doing this when it's still light out. That way we have light.
Dude, I've been awake since 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So right now it has been 12. It's 6 o'clock now, almost 7. It has been a good 16-hour day for me so far.
Yeah.
I mean, that's most of our days, considering that we both don't go to sleep very easily.
Yeah.
I'm just hungry right now. I'm waiting for that food.
Me too. Eating will feel so nice when we're done with this.
How much you want to bet that the food's going to be ready right when we're in the middle of recording this?
Probably.
Knowing our luck.
But I posted that thing out on my YouTube because I generally didn't think we were going to be able to
make this podcast.
Yeah, because I put this out just in case. I didn't know if we were actually gonna make it. So I don't know if anyone saw it.
Is it still going to be able to upload?
Yeah, as long as I can connect the same Wi-Fi to the laptop. Yeah.
Let's hope.
Yeah. And oh fuck, that means I have to connect it to my. Well, no, because I know the password, so we're good. I just gotta connect it to my other fucking phone too, because everything lives off of Wi-Fi anymore. So I said, hey guys, sorry for the inconvenience, but the podcast will be delayed this Saturday. Me and Kirby agreed to take this week off, which I kind of figured that's what we would agree on if we couldn't.
Yeah.
since we both have been feeling burnt out, which I mean, granted, I felt kind of burnt out. I don't know about you. But
I have been. It's just I haven't wanted to say anything because I want us to keep up our streak.
Yeah.
Until we reach 100.
Yeah,
that's when we take a break.
Not only with YouTube, but personal life responsibilities. Kind of bummed out since I don't want to miss a week of the podcast, even with me feeling burnt out. But I guess I figured I'd cut myself some slack and take the week off. I wish we filmed another episode after last week, which we should have. Yeah. After last week to be on track again, but again we got so caught up on what's happening outside of YouTube, which is also true. We've been kind of focusing more on our personal lives and doing YouTube as much, because I think like as far as like main channel videos, we haven't made one in a while.
It's been a month, hasn't it?
3 weeks, going on 3 weeks since I last made another main channel video. But it's different for you guys since since
he's trying to listen.
Yeah. Let's see, where did I go? What's happening outside of YouTube? So to make up for it, next week you guys will get double episodes. And that's what we would do once we got back.
We have to keep the promise. We have to double episode next week.
Well, we're doing it now, so we don't have to. One next Friday and another that following Saturday to get back on track. Going on a Utah trip tomorrow morning and won't be back till Sunday. So once I'm back, it's back to work and the grind. I hate taking breaks from YouTube, but this one is probably much needed. Been kind of reckless and out of control with my own mind, so I probably need this little mental break. There is still a video for this Friday, don't worry. I don't want to take this break, but it's probably good for my mental. I love you all with all my heart. Remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Much love, yours truly, Jacob Dollywise. What was that? Grunt/sigh for?
I am hungry. My stomach has also been just bothering me all day.
Yeah. And that's kind of fair too. Well, traveling in elevation can do that. Especially also around the mountains too.
Have we been going up?
I think so, yeah. Well, because like on the ride here, did you notice like your ears pop at all?
Yeah.
That's because we're going higher in elevation.
You're right.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought it was evolution.
That's something my dad told me when we went camping, and I used to complain about my ears popping or just like feeling weird, and then he's like, that means we're going higher in elevation. I was like, oh. We're higher in ground. I didn't know what elevation was when I was that freaking young an age. But.
I mean, that's the reason why Colorado, not Colorado specifically, but like a lot of places in Denver or Colorado are named Mile High.
Yeah. So yeah, so if you guys want the exact location...
Oh yeah, actually, speaking of which, did you hear that the Mile High Stadium is no longer being called the Mile High?
Really?
Yeah, they changed it. I don't know what to, but it's no longer the Mile High Stadium, so the Denver Broncos field is no longer Mile High.
Yeah.
In my heart, it will be.
Yeah. So you guys want the exact location, we're in Preston, Idaho. That's the exact location. We're still in the Utah, Idaho area, since we're on the cusp, but we're in Preston, Idaho. So yeah, I've never been to Idaho, so this is the first.
Idaho?
Idaho? No, Idaho. Oh, freaking no.
Is that a Gabriel Iglesias joke?
I don't know. I got that from like my mom and dad. I never knew where they got that from.
It just feels like something that Gabriel Iglesias would say.
It kind of does, actually. But if you guys want a life update in the last week, last Saturday, so when episode 80 aired,
he applied to jobs.
No, that wasn't. I didn't do that till like Tuesday and Wednesday.
But what event did I miss?
My brother's we didn't miss it, but remember my brother's cookout.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I addressed it just because it was a lot of fun to see my brother and family members and friends of my brothers I haven't seen in a long time.
I said this before, but now that we're actually out camping and we're doing like a lot of adult stuff and we're hanging around the adults, it feels better to be an adult being at these gatherings than a kid.
Yeah, because as a kid, you know, like
you kind of get treated like a burden.
Yeah, like that's how it kind of was with my family when I was younger, because I always tried to fit in with the older kids, you know. But then now that I'm seeing it from an older perspective with the younger kids, I'm like, damn, I kind of get I kind of relate to them now.
Yeah.
So now we understand, which I don't know, it kind of makes me sad because like it makes me wonder like how much I'll miss being like a young kid. When I talk about being a young kid, probably from like 10 and under, 'cause that's when like my childhood was decent.
Dude, that's when my depression hits the most, is when I remember all the good times I had as a kid. Specifically Cartoon Network, dude.
My depression probably didn't start till... I didn't notice it. Well, I noticed it, but I didn't know I didn't really understand what the feeling was until after my grandpa passed when I was 10. Because I just felt like everything just kind of felt just like dead and bleh. and like I was missing my grandpa, and I just kind of felt alone because I didn't have any friends, and I was always just kind of feeling like this sad feeling. And I think that was my first time experiencing depression. I just didn't know what it was at the time.
Dude, okay, so did you have like severe depression, might I ask?
It wasn't severe then, no, but it got really bad 2019 when I actually started the channel because I was using YouTube as a coping mechanism. Like I was recording everything. That's why my content wasn't as good at the time.
Dude, so I in 8th grade I was diagnosed with severe depression.
And I wasn't diagnosed, but I know I had it really bad.
So I remember I was just going to school, and school fucking sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one really at that time died, but I was just so fucking bad. I was so alone. There's not a lot I could describe here legally.
Yeah.
But I remember my thoughts whenever I woke up in the morning was just I want to be asleep every time, everywhere I went someplace. It was always, damn, I want to be asleep. I just want to be asleep. Like I didn't want to die. I just wanted to sleep.
That was me in Florida.
No, yeah, that's severe depression. Is when you don't want to die. It's when you just want to sleep forever.
Damn, so most of that recent.
It's almost in a sense another name for it is crippling depression, but crippling depression is when it starts to take a physical approach on you.
Oh, actually got the mosquito.
Crippling depression is basically like on how you don't want to get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other type of depression. Crippling depression is where you physically cannot get out of the bed because of how depressed you are.
Yeah.
Like it's your body cannot move, basically.
Yeah, that's also how I felt. I kind of felt that way in 2020 also when COVID happened, but it wasn't as severe as it was being in Florida.
Yeah, because at that point I'm alone and I'm at home.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like, that whole year being in Florida, I mean, granted it was a whole year, it was 10 months, but that's still close to a year if you add up all the months.
Do you know something that's crazy? If I never met you, I'd probably be in Quincy.
I don't want to think about that. I'm glad we met, though. No, like, genuinely, like, you know, like, I feel like it's good to, like, I mean, yeah, we're supposed to be talking about, like, camping trips, and, you know, but I feel like it's much needed that every now and then we talk about...
Oh, yeah, we are supposed to talk about camping trips.
Yeah, but we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time to talk about whatever, and then camping, but then stuff about camping.
You just see a timer pop up that's like, dun, 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 48 minutes.
Oh, I think it's the food. But
give us a few! We know! Give us a few!
More like 48 minutes.
We probably need to grab our food now before it's all gone.
Yeah, here, do you want to grab yours, and then I'll stay here when you come back, I'll grab mine?
Yeah.
Alright. So, Kirby's gonna go grab food for dinner. I like how we decided to record this.
We have a fire pit here.
Yeah. But real quick, I'll talk while Kirby's grabbing his food. Yeah. I don't know what to talk about, but yeah. As you guys would know, we're in Preston, Idaho, and for camping, it's currently Thursday. We just got here like 7 hours ago. It's 7 p.m. now. We got here at noon, But yeah, this is a very unique episode. Me and Kirby were planning on filming an episode earlier this week, but we just got caught in our personal lives, and then like we were like picking up for like this short camping trip, and then like, oh shit, and then Kirby mentioned to like, if we have Wi-Fi, bring the camera out each stuff. Thankfully we have Wi-Fi. It's very strict Wi-Fi since we're literally in the middle of nowhere with all, which that's really what camping is. It's a campground with all the mountains and trees, lakes, But God, I'm freaking rambling right now, like I'm having a mental breakdown. But that was me earlier this week, I should say. I don't freaking know. But yeah, so yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. Just lately, just like, you know, just one thing that I've been focusing on or thinking about recently is like the thought of growing up. You know, just thinking about that and just thinking, just like. So, week update, Saturday was my brother's cookout. Saw family and friends, it was fucking awesome, had a blast. That was last Saturday. And then got back home Monday, or to the place I'm staying at Monday. It's weird to call it home, but it technically is my home now, which I'm very blessed for. And then I started my senior year on Tuesday and whatnot. and all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of was focusing like, fuck, I really like this is my last year of high school. Like this is it, you know. And then I haven't been applying to jobs. Haven't had much luck yet, but that's because it's only been like 2 days, which I'm very anxious for because I really need to get a job because I really want to watch my money because sometimes I've lately been spending it too much on food, on like fast food and shit like that. And I'm just like, I can't keep doing that, you know. Like I need to be smart with my money. I mean, I'm 18. That's where you learn all these kind of things now, and whatnot, and so on and so forth. And yeah, so that's just something that I just been having like this very like random anxiety that like I've just kind of been like feeling like kind of like a failure because I've been thinking about it and I'm just like, wow, like because it like I'm trying not to compare myself to people. I mean, just like fucking like Hunter's graduated. So I'm very proud of him. He has his own truck now, and he has his own job. Like, he's probably, like, the most successful out of the whole entire friend group. As far as, like, the rest of the 3 of us, even Jesse, I gotta include Jesse, too. Like, the rest of us are still in school, even though it may be our last year of school. But, yeah, but we have a huge journey coming upon us this next 9 months until we graduate in May, because I said because it's August. But yeah, but just it's very just a lot of like things are changing and we're growing up, and I'm just trying to not to be anxious about it because I know it's going to happen no matter what we do, and there's nothing that we can really do about it. But I will say that you guys have helped me through so much since I started YouTube since I started the channel back in 2019. It's been 4 years, and I've been consistent with it. Really, I mean, I started the channel back in May of 2019. But I didn't feel like I truly started until November of 2020 because that's when I finally got serious with YouTube and wanted to put out the stuff that I put out content that I wanted to put out. And it'll be 3 years in November of 2020. And just so much has changed in these past 2.5 years, going on 3 in November. And I see Kirby coming back, and then I'll grab my food and while he eats and talks to you guys. But yeah, but you guys are one thing I'm very grateful for because we're at 222 subscribers now. That like 222, like that's an amazing huge number. He's back. All right, so you want to take over, talk about what we want to talk about, and make sure to, if it just goes dark, just tap it so we can keep track of time.
Sure.
Okay, Donka, I'll be back. All right, take over, Kirby.
Welcome back to Food Eating ASMR. Today we're eating a burger. That's a really good burger. Alright, so most of you don't know this about me, or I've shared it so many times that's the only thing you guys know about me. I was in Boy Scouts for 10 years, and while I was in Boy Scouts, obviously we went camping. It's what I used to look forward to until I started hating it. But I remember there was this one time when we were out, and this kid threw a pile of rocks at what was it? It was a hornet's nest he threw it in. It was either a hornet's or a wasp net, and he got stung excruciatingly out of. He was targeted after that. Oh, I remember he had gushes off the side of his neck too. He was so swollen he could barely talk. It was I feel bad for that kid. It was like a 10-year-old kid too. Like he got almost murdered out there. Oh. This is delicious. I believe by the time this airs as well, we'd still be here. I'd have to ask Jacob. No, Jacob knows how to run this podcast more than me, that's for sure. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just here to provide more commentary for him and you guys. I'm like Bender from Futurama. Oh, this is so good. Damn, it turned off. Well, timer turned off. Jacob's gonna kill me. By the way, comment down below your guys' camping stories if you got any. Yeah, I used to hate camping, and then I went on my first hunting trip and I learned how to love it again. Because you see, when you're camping for someone else, which is what I kind of did, I had to set up tents for everyone, I had to make activities for everyone, I had to manage everyone's food, then I had to manage skits afterwards. It's not a fun way to enjoy camping. So when I started hunting for the first time, I liked it because it was finally camping for myself, where I could finally set up my tent, get my food, hunt my animal, and that's basically it. I'm only usually gone for like 2 days because I don't like camping that long. Only because I enjoy showers too much. He's back. Ugh. Dude, the burger slaps.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, this is quite possibly one of the best burgers I've ever had.
Am.
No, I need to see the reaction. Go ahead, take a bite.
Let me check the... Alright, they're already 20 minutes in, goddamn. Shout out to Jeff.
Shout out to Jeff, you make the best burgers. You know, right next to my stepmom and dad.
Alright, so...
Yeah, were you telling them about your camping trip, or?
No, I was kind of just getting my cheesy shit out of the way, how they mean a lot to me and shit like that. I was getting my...
Why don't you ever talk to me like you do the audience?
Well, you know how much you mean me.
Sometimes I feel like a dead rodent from how you guys describe me, I'm not gonna lie.
This is showing our brotherly... It's called brotherly love.
I was gonna say something, but I can't say it on the podcast.
Yeah, over here. Goddamn. Alright.
It's like The Simpsons.
Alright, so, since we got food now, do we want to get into the camping trip stories, or?
I was getting into one.
Oh, well, I mean to interrupt.
No, you didn't interrupt.
Alright, but anyways, continue.
So, here, I could give you a list of stories. You want to hear the story on how I had to wake up in the middle of a mudslide by 3 people waking me up using lightsabers? You want to hear the story on how a kid almost died by getting stung by wasps? Or do you want to hear about my first hunt?
Just pick one.
Alright, I'm guessing, because it just got the most attention from you, I'm going to say the one where we almost got hit by mudslides and had to wake up by lightsabers.
Yeah, because that one's like the most that's like the most random sentence I've ever heard.
It's so funny because it's true. So, I was out in North Dakota for a Boy Scout camping trip, and it's probably one of my favorite camping trips I've been on. But while we were up there, they warned us that if a siren goes off, it's in case of mudslides, or because of heavy rain, or because of snow. But the mudslides in particular, because they could kill us all in an instant. And it was a very bad stormy night after I went to sleep, and I woke up to banging on my tent, not even the storm outside. And I was like, what is it? And I'm right by the flap too, so as soon as I open it, I get a shit ton of water rushing on my face, so immediately I'm awake. Then I look up, it's legit 3 men in jackets, their hoods over their heads, so they kind of do look like Jedi, with each of their lightsabers ignited so they could help guide people to the path, because they had no flashlights.
Oh, God.
And I had to wake up twice to that. and because the alarms broke.
Oh shit.
Such a good burger. And then we had to take shelter 2 times in this bunker. If they woke me up a 3rd time, I was going to be pissed. That is probably bad, if not the worst trip I've ever been on camping-wise. Because imagine it like this. Imagine that it's about 2 o'clock at night, it's raining so hard that your tent's almost blowing away, even though it's nailed to the ground. You wake up, you get a shit ton of water rush towards your face, and then you're helping your grandma to a bunker that's basically about 200 feet out.
I don't know.
In rough terrain. So basically, like, all this stuff that you see behind us, like all this forestry, I had to help people guide through this.
Crazy.
I would also like to say that I almost took none of my Boy Scout experience with me. They barely taught us shit. Here's what I got from it. It taught me how to shoot a gun. It taught me how to clean a knife. It taught me how to camp. It taught me how to use basic necessities, first aid kits. It taught me a lot of bare survival essentials. But none of it's really extreme. Like, we can't even hunt for our own food anymore. Like, we can't even fish for our own food. We used to be able to.
Oh man, that's some good shit.
Damn, you went through yours fast.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do after this anyways?
I don't know. Probably just hang out.
I'm waiting till it's colder out so that way I could use the outhouse. It is hot as fuck in there.
Yeah.
And I am not one for swamp ass.
I'm not one for swamp ass. Shit, I get swamp ass all the time.
How can you put up with swamp ass?
I don't know. I used to. Alright. You'll be surprised on what people do. People can have swamp ass and they don't realize it until they're just like, oh yeah, I got swamp ass.
Dude, I noticed it right away. It's so fucking annoying to me when I have swamp ass because my underwear sticks.
Yeah, it can be annoying, yeah.
Oh. The only time swamp ass is good is if Shrek's in.
Shrek's in. Oh my god. Trying to think.
Are you trying to think of your camping trips?
Yeah. Hi. We got people behind the scenes. We're staying with a lot of good people.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So they're like behind the scenes, kind of just watching us do this. Mainly the young ones, but you know.
I swear to God, if one of them gets in frame with the camera, I will drop kick them faster than an NFL superstar.
I'll be more pissed off they accidentally were to like knocked over the tripod.
If they knocked over the tripod at that point, I'm like, all right, you got insurance? That was $100,000. Your parents need to pay for that.
We're not asshole to kids. We're family friendly. Family friendly content.
I'm assholes with kids.
Says the one who's been like the father figure all day.
I have no clue what you're talking about. I hate them.
Well, is this like your character persona on camera? I kind of like you hate kids, and when in reality you really don't. Like,
Yeah,
like honestly, dude, like honestly, like it made me smile, like seeing you like ride one of the kids on the 4-wheelers. Like it made me smile. No, like I'm being dead serious.
I rode us into a ditch and one of them died. It's like that one.
That did not happen.
It's like that one Bo Burnham skit where he's like, I don't want you guys leaving thinking my stomach hurts from laughing, my hands hurt from clapping. I want you guys leaving thinking, that's it. Anyways, I don't know. Go back into my stage persona. They're calling me.
No, they're calling you. It's kind of a hassle too, because you know we're camping. You know. Probably shouldn't be recording things or anything that should be saved for later on, but we haven't got the chance to do it, so we're just getting out of the way. Even though if it seems like a hassle, we still only have like 30 minutes left of this. Yeah. So so just fucking. I'm trying to think of like I don't have like many camp stories, other than one that like really stands out to me, which happened like years ago. But yeah, and he's back.
Stacy just wanted to know if we were eating.
Oh yeah.
Which is weird because she saw me pick up the food.
Probably not eating enough. I know, but another thing, but I don't really have like a lot of camp stories that stand out to me except for one. But I don't want to tell a story till towards the end because it's a good story. Yeah,
Did your dad ever talk about his camping trips?
He talked about his hunting trips. I remember every night, well not every night, but one night, it was like a ritual every time we went camping when he was around. We'd have beanie weenies, and then we'll sit around the campfire and he'll tell the story of the ghost of beanie weenie. And he'll say it every year too. And I wish I would remember the whole story of it. I remember what it's about, but I don't remember the whole story of it, which honestly kind of makes me sad. Because no one knew the story better than he did, so. Or we would just tell like scary, like real, like, or like scary stories that apply to us, even like they're like ghost stories or.
I've never really had ghost stories while out camping. I only have one really, and I keep that to myself.
Yeah.
It's my own personal story.
Your own personal story. Mm-hmm. Can't even tell your best friend or the people.
I'll tell you off camera. I'm not telling them.
That's fair.
At the same time, the reason why I don't say it out loud is because I don't like being one of those guys. Here's the thing, is that the story that I would explain is like a very spiritual type one. Mm-hmm. I just hate fuckers who are always like, I can't go into the I can't go into the Stanley Hotel, there's too many spirits there. Yeah, that's the smell of the janitor coming out of his closet. That's why you can't go in.
That's the smell of the janitor coming out of his closet.
No, legit, one of my science teachers when I was going back to school came up to me and she was like, oh, we visit the Stanley and my daughter, she could just sense spirits, and she said, oh, something awful happened here. Oh, and she's like, she just couldn't go into the gift shop. The spirits weren't letting her.
Oof. That's rough.
Yeah, that's how much we really don't care. Whenever we hear stories of like, oh no, you can't go here, it's too haunted. It's not that it's haunted, it's just the way people say that it affects them.
Yeah.
Like, you physically cannot go into a gift shop, but left foot over the right, other people are doing it.
Mm. Yeah, people are just sensitive. Certain people. Not saying all people are, because I know people probably have their reasons on why, or like medical reasons, or I don't want to talk shit to everybody because I don't want to seem like that asshole, but
let's see, I'm also just trying to think of some other good stories I had while camping. There was one where we almost had a bear encounter.
I think we had one while we were sleeping in our trailer one night.
So what happened with us? We were in Yellowstone, and we were coming back down. Not coming back down from Yellowstone. We have a day off when we're camping, so we have this thing called summer camp that usually a lot of Boy Scouts do.
Yeah.
And summer camp lasts for about a week, and you go there. You do certain ones that you pick out. When you get there, you do basically the classes that you picked out. And that year, I did shotgun shooting and sailboat sailing. And what we did is, while we were driving around and going around to see places, everyone along this stretch of a highway got outside their car 50 feet away from a bear.
God damn.
It was like a grizzly bear, too. Like, it was a big one, right out of hibernation, too. So it was fat. Like, think of Odie, Leo, and Layla all stacked into one. Damn. And not even that would fit. Like, it was a bit about the size of my tent. That's basically
it was a bit.
No, that's how fat it was. It legit looked like a tent.
Damn.
Like on how round that tent is over there, that's what it looked like.
Damn. Specific bear encounters, I think there was one. There's one place that we used to camp all the time was where my dad would go hunting, which is Walden, Colorado. If you guys don't know what Walden, Colorado
He died
is,
in Walden, didn't he?
yeah. If you guys don't know where Walden, Colorado is, it's way out there. When I talk about way out there, we go out there to camp.
Is it?
There's no like public camp spots. Like it's like old school camping. Like you find a spot, there's no internet, no nothing. Which is what I grew up into. Like that's what made me enjoy camping. And then I didn't know. Also, I didn't know like people like because I was told like people that like use like public campgrounds like use Wi-Fi. That's not like really camping, or at least that's what I was told because my dad did it the same way that my grandpa, his dad taught him. And that was like the older way.
My mom and dad hated camping. I taught myself how to like camping.
Yeah.
It's also just because I was always doing it with Boy Scouts.
Yeah. Camping was mainly because of my dad. Like, I remember shortly after he passed, like, camping just wasn't the same anymore after that. Yeah, so... yeah. Oh, yeah, so I was talking about... So we were in Walden, Colorado, one of the camp spots, and it's the middle of the night. I'll remember... like the actual experience. I just remember Dad talking about it the next morning, but I remember like hearing my dad get up and like walking around a lot, which I thought was weird. What?
I can't say on camera.
But anyways, yeah. So supposedly we had like a black bear like walk around the trailer because apparently they were like. Because apparently my dad saw it like through like one of the windows.
Dude, black bears are so fucking cute though.
And then, but like sure enough, the next morning that there were bear tracks around the trailer. Yeah, like there are like very few though since we're on grass, but like on like one like the like dirt
you guys
areas.
slept in trailers?
Yeah. We had a very old one though, like one that was probably like built in
90s.
Like not even 90s, like 70s. Yeah,
Was it Louis?
I don't know if we borrowed Grandpa's trailers or not. We might have at first for many years, and then the year that we got our actual like modern day camper was the same year my dad died.
I never saw your modern day camper.
Yeah, because we sold it. Yeah. It was a good camper. It was a nice camper though.
Was it during the move that you guys sold it? Or was it like almost right after?
I think it was the same year last year that we actually sold it, because it was staying with someone else for like a few years. Like they were just keeping an eye on it, and then we sold it. And I think we actually sold it to them because they do a lot of camping.
And they liked it.
Yeah. And that's another reason why my mom made a lot of money on that kind of stuff. But
it's still sad to see. She had to. That's the thing. She had to sell them.
Yeah.
It's just sad to see a lot of the things go.
A lot of the things go away. Yeah. It was just so bizarre when all that happened. And now like literally I've been moving back and forth for like a year now, if you think about it.
Yeah, just about.
Because I've moved like twice in the past year, once to Florida, and then second time coming back to Colorado.
I have too.
Which is, moving's a fucking exhausting. I'm still in the process of it too. I'm still trying to get my stuff sent to Colorado.
Oh, but this time you're not having to bag everything up, then drive it all down.
That's true.
Oh yeah, you want to do back and forth trips to get all of your stuff?
I don't think Mom plans on driving up the car that I'll be driving until I graduate high school. Because then that'll be like my own car. It'll still be probably in Mom's name for a while until I put it in my own name if I ever do that.
From what I heard, Red's visiting in October, right?
I think so, as far as I know.
I believe Red is bringing it down in October.
Oh.
If I'm not wrong, I could be though.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But
even then, it would be a good graduation gift.
Yeah. Because I do like that car. I've driven it. It was my first car I've ever driven.
I like it because it's a Honda.
Hondas are nice.
That's the only reason I like them, is at least they got really good gas mileage. It's 50 miles a gallon, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's very fucking good.
Yeah, like we turned into like a Honda family. Like Rand still has her Honda. Mom bought a Honda in Florida. My brother still drives
a Honda truck.
No, a Honda truck.
Honda trucks exist.
Yeah.
They're just They're built like SUVs more than they're built like
My
trucks.
dad's, I believe my dad's
Black one.
is it black one's an '04 Chevy.
Oh, and let's never forget Big Red.
Big Red. My dad's very first car.
And kept it his entire life.
Kept it his entire life. Because I remember, because they said when he got it when he was 18, so my grandpa got it for him probably in '94, because that's when my dad turned 18, and Lily had it the rest of his life. Even if he didn't drive it as much, but still, that was still his rest of his life. So
I'm not gonna lie,
23 years. That was his. That was his.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, that's such a sweet thing that he kept his truck his entire life. Did he ever get into a car accident with it?
I don't think so, no. 'Cause I don't think he was able to drive it that much because it was just so, like, old and beat up that, like, he had it in the shop a lot, so it couldn't really move around much, so he always, like, tried to work on it.
It is definitely more of something you say for, like, a really good date.
Yeah.
I would understand, honestly, why he was able to get your mother with a truck like that and a hair like that.
Yeah.
Dude, if we're ever able to show an old photo of his dad from high school, his dad looked fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah, he had long hair.
He just looked like the very stereotypical guitar player for a high school.
Yeah, he even had, like, a leather jacket, and a guitar, and it's just him just like kind of just like sitting on a brick wall with a guitar or bass. I think it was one of his bass.
I think it was a bass.
Yeah, and so that was probably my dad's, and yet even that was like back in like early '90s. That was probably, you know, it definitely beats my senior pictures for sure.
Yeah, same.
My senior pictures are literally just outside of the Stanley.
Dude, I wish I had my ID. Have I ever shown you my school ID?
Maybe not. I don't know. I think so. I can't.
I'll show it to you after.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah. Yeah, and then it was weird because it was weird seeing my dad like with like a clear face before he grew in his like goatee and shit. Cause that's how I know him for his whole entire life.
His goatee?
Yeah, just his goatee, or even a full beard when he had one. But he didn't have it for long. Oh man, but yeah, no, man, I don't know, just time feels weird right now. I guess just like it's me finally realizing I'm growing up, like especially with like applying to like jobs and like knowing that it's my last year of high school too. Knowing that I probably gotta get my license and shit, I just kind of like feeling like, damn, I'm sucking. I need to get on top of it.
Dude, you know something that I still kind of wonder a little bit? If your mom's fine with the dead dad jokes.
I mean,
if anyone's testing it out, it's you.
I don't even plan on testing it out. I wouldn't do that to her, because that was basically what she considered her other half, basically.
I was about to make a joke about that.
So like, if like someone joked about your dad's significant other, you know.
I'm also thinking about how funny it would be at the same time, as bad as that would sound.
Yeah. But yeah, but just, I don't know, just like earlier this week I just have been having like a lot of anxiety. Mainly just about like the future and just like, will everything, well, because like I know like the future is like unseen, like we can't see the future unless we build.
Are we going off of my quotes?
Unless we try to build the future that we want and stand by it. I know that. I guess I'm trying to figure out the future that I want. It's just that, like, I don't know, just right now I'm focusing on like the important things, and I think that's what we all can do right now. Not only that, I'm just still going through personal shit, but at the end of the day, we all are going through our own personal shit. Some may be easier than others, some may be harder. Who knows? But yeah, just this week I've been having a fuck ton of anxiety, lots of anxiety. That's why I just haven't. That's why like the thought of like doing the podcast earlier in the week was kind of just like out of my brain because I was just like dealing with so much anxiety. But then again, I don't want to put that up for an excuse. But we always wait till like last night, like, oh shit, we need to shoot an episode.
That is true. You have no idea how much a lot of these are rushed just to be published on the same fucking weekend. We used to be golden at this. We used to
We
have
used to be
video.
like we used to be 2 weeks ahead.
I thought it was just a week.
At the start, we used to be 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah, no, we
Then
had
it turned into a week ahead, and that was like that for
a good while.
a good while. Yeah.
It was also just because we were just hammering out podcast video after podcast video after podcast video. Like every single day, we'd make one, and then it'd be one more that we'd have to do.
Yeah.
And then there'd be weeks that we wouldn't do it, so then we'd have to make up and do like 3 podcasts in one night.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the fucking worst. I remember doing those with you.
Oh,
the 3
yeah.
podcasts in one night.
Did we do that?
It went specifically from the time that we had to make and record all of them. I remember this. It went from 9 in the afternoon to 1 in the morning.
Ah, damn. Oh, 9 in the evening.
Yeah.
9 in the afternoon.
That's right. That's what it is.
Really?
9 in the afternoon. Because it's afternoon.
I never really seen it that way. Yeah. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, like I'm trying to, like right now, like we're camping, like the fucking atmosphere is fucking beautiful. I love it. We went 4-wheeling, earlier, which was fun.
It was so funny to go 4-wheeling with you because you were trying so hard to be careful.
Well, yeah, because like that was I don't think you realize that was honestly my first time.
Same.
Really?
I just have a lot of confidence. And a lot of the times that confidence is misplaced with stupidity.
And I have the opposite. I don't really have a lot of confidence.
Basically, think of the way I try to treat life like I'm a Dark Souls character and life is a boss. The only difference is, if I die, I can't come back.
Yeah, I only get one chance at life. Just one.
Do not miss a chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Yeah, but, oh yeah, and good luck to all the people who probably started school recently. I know, that's...
Good luck to any of the seniors of 2024. You'd be joining us in our senior year.
Mm-hmm. And for anyone, for any grade that's starting
Yep,
school.
me and him both got
Or
held.
college, if you're older, if you're probably going to college.
Man, it still kind of sucks I'm going to be graduating in 2024.
Oh yeah, it's also pretty much football season. I know we talked about that a few weeks ago. But the actual season
It's
doesn't
finally
start till
begun.
September. Because right now it's the preseason.
Yeah, we're still in preseason. Still, though, it's fun to watch the games. I know Jeff is watching it tomorrow at like 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning?
He's watching something. I know that
I
they're
know they
doing
said something because there's a Broncos game going on. Here, let me see on my phone. Well,
It's going on tomorrow, right?
I'll put up Broncos. How did it do that? On Saturday, we got the 49ers.
Ooh.
That pissed me off. I can't believe we were 1 point off. We were killing it that entire game.
I didn't watch that game.
We lost to the Cardinals, 17-18. One off. How aggravating is that?
Dude, it's making me mad, too, because all you need is 1 point.
I know.
How do you miss a field goal?
Yeah, it's like, cause like, I feel like oh, yeah.
What's your thoughts on Russell Wilson?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him as a Broncos quarterback. Because of course when he was the Seahawks, I mean, fuck, they fucking like
Seahawks.
they destroyed us. Which Super Bowl was it? For 48. I remember because it was 2014.
It was 48?
Yeah.
Was it?
It was 2014.
49 and 50. We had our back-to-back wins.
No.
I know Broncos won Super Bowl 50, which is very important for them.
Yeah. Well, not only that,
Because
just
they were
like,
going up against my favorite team at the time, Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
And I
that
remember
was a lot of people's favorite at the time too, because even my I'll say an old close friend of mine. I won't say his name just because I'll keep his. Not that he would care, but
secret confidential alert. Yeah.
But he was also a huge fan of like the Panthers. Like not only that, he always had that kind of like attitude, like, oh, whoever's going for this thing, I'm going to go for the complete opposite just to prove them wrong, kind of thing.
It wasn't because I wanted to prove them wrong. It was because my favorite superhero at the time was Black Panther. So I went with the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. I've always been loyal to my Broncos, so I mean, If I went against Broncos, my dad would probably be like, "Why?"
I cannot be loyal to the Broncos anymore, but that's for a personal reason.
Not anymore. But the reason I still have faith in the Broncos is because of my dad.
Here's the thing. I want them to win, but I also don't want them to win.
See, I even said this like 2 weeks ago. Just like this year, at least one playoff game.
You know
just
that
one.
My mom
just
actually
one.
got to meet Peyton Manning.
There was a thing that he was actually at Bulldog Deli. Yeah. And we literally had a barbecue that day too, and he was at Bulldog Deli. So literally, I can't remember which year this was. I can't remember.
That
what year it
hurts
was.
to know. That legit hurts to know. Gabriel Iglesias, I believe, just recently was in Fort Collins as well. And you guys got to see Ghost and Amon Amarth. That makes me mad. Like
I
two
didn't
of
know I
my
was
favorite
even,
bands.
I didn't even know I was even going either. You saw?
Actually, no. Ghost is really the only band I listen to. I only have one.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't think you would listen.
You listen to more Amon Amarth. I listen to more Ghost.
Yeah.
Still though, that hurt. Like I've been It's mad. It makes me mad. The only concert I've been to is Pink, the singer.
Yeah, you talked about that.
And that makes me mad. Unless we're talking about music festivals, which is different.
Yeah.
Dude, I would recommend for you checking
Music
out
festivals
a music
are
festival.
like mini concerts, or like small concerts for smaller.
I wouldn't even call it a small audience because they could even get up to the 100,000 sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, like I feel like
Ooh, speaking of concerts, I want you to guess the most viewed concert of all time by how many views it has.
for some reason I'm guessing Taylor Swift. I don't know why.
It's actually Freddie Mercury, technically.
Freddie Mercury,
But
okay.
it's also during, I'm talking about this was aired on television, and it had the most views, I believe, out of any other television in history.
Didn't we talk about like concerts and shit last week?
Yeah, a little bit. So let me tell you.
I kind of like how we're kind of going into a variety of everything that we've already talked
So
about.
you know how we have 9 billion people living on the Earth right now?
It's 9 billion now.
It went up a billion, yeah.
What the fuck?
So
I remember it being 7 billion.
back
not too long
in the
ago.
70s, I believe it was 7 billion, if I'm not wrong.
And I feel like it was 7 billion for a while after that.
It was either 70s or 80s. It was that much. So Freddie Mercury had 1.9 billion views during his Live Aid concert.
God damn.
And Live Aid was important too because it was against the word of AIDS, so it was called Live Aid.
Yeah.
But what made this very important as well was it wasn't just Freddie Mercury who was coming. It was a lot of these very high quality singers. I believe the Beatles were there, Queen was there, Elton John, like a lot of big names for that time.
Yeah.
Especially Queen for that time as a gay man. I believe he was a closeted gay man, if I'm not wrong, during that time.
During that time, I see it. Yeah.
I could be wrong though.
But also, before we get too far off track of like the actual topic, just because I want to get the story out of the way, since we do have about like 7-ish minutes left, and I kind of wanna, since we're kind of on vacation, I kind of want to cut it at exactly an hour.
Yeah, I'd rather enjoy our vacation because I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of a little annoyed that we have to do work on our vacation.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's kind of on us. So
that is on us.
Yeah, but anyway, so the story that I was going to talk about is probably like the one story that probably stands out on the camping trip story. I was probably like 6 or 7, but I'll just say this, like, respectfully, Mom. I would respectfully to my mom because she was kind of an asshole for this. She doesn't do these kind of pranks anymore because obviously us kids are older and we can really
Ooh, this
tell.
is a prank?
Yeah, it was a prank. So I remember I was like 6 or 7 at the time. Okay, so that would have made my brother probably 12, 13, and Rianne was probably, how old was she, like 10? So I remember being 6 or 7, and I remember that we were around a campfire. We had other people staying with us, and my dad was also still alive at the time. So I remember, I saw my dad walk up, because Nanook, we had Nanook at the time, she kept looking at all these mouse holes. And we lost track, and I didn't realize it, but we thought we lost track of Nanook, but that was because she was in the dark from where the campfire was, because up in Walden, like when it gets dark, it gets fucking dark. Like you can't see anything other than the light that you have. So basically, we lost track of Nook, even though she was close by the entire time, which kind of made me upset after the whole entire prank happened, because I was just kind of like, what the fuck? But so I saw my dad walk up and just kind of like walk out. And then I was like, okay, he's probably going to see what Nanook is doing. And then we probably don't see him for like a good hour or so after that. And apparently this was a prank from the beginning. And then, because I guess Mom was acting all casual, and she went to walk the distance where Dad was. And then she walked out freaking out, acting like that she couldn't find him. It was freaking out us kids. So we're thinking that our dad got eaten by a fucking bear because she was telling us to get in the camper because there's a bear nearby and some shit. So I'm fucking crying. Rianne's crying. Zach's crying. I'm like a 6, 7-year-old kid. And someone else that we were staying with was trying to comfort me because, you know, I was the youngest there. So, like, it was probably going to be the most traumatic for me or whatever. Or whatever they thought the thing was going to be at the time. I don't fucking know.
I'm loving this.
So we're probably in the camper for like another 30 minutes just fucking crying. I generally thought my dad fucking died at this point. Like, I generally thought my dad died. And really, like, after a while, like, I hear like my dad's voice out front and my crying stopped. And Mom came in the camper laughing her fucking ass off. And do you know what my dad did the entire time?
What?
Pissing one of the mouse holes so that Nook could get a mouse. Pissing in the mouse holes. That's all he was doing.
I'm just imagining he was there. He had a 12 case of beer set up so he could keep pissing.
And of course, my mom was laughing her ass off. I remember all of us were pissed at her.
Oh, I would be laughing my ass off. That sounds hilarious. Like, I want to do something like that.
Like you've heard my mom like wheeze laugh, right?
Yeah.
It's like that, but like twice as hard. Like, I was like, Mom, you were a fucking ass for that. Like, I remember all of us were so upset, but we tried to calm down. Dad was letting us know that he was okay. That way
Should we end it on that
high?
high note? Keep it at pretty low down for this one?
Yeah, but then again, I kind of like talked fast for the story. That's probably like the one championship story that would always probably stand out, probably because it traumatized me. But not only that, because it was also kind of a funny prank. Even though I'm just like, really, Mom? Like, I was 6 or 7 years old. Like of course it'd be easy to prank a kid that young.
Dude, these hiccups are fucking killing me.
But yeah, we still got a few more minutes. But I'll also remember back in 2017 when we went camping, we actually saw like coyotes nearby camp.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, and then Dad had to shoot off a warning sign for the coyotes to scare them off.
Yeah, because he kept the sidearm on him, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Because you guys were in
and I had cousins from my mom's side freaking the fuck out. Like, you could honestly tell that they never went camping before. Because who the fuck wears, like, flip-flops? Like, around here, that's fine because it's a public campground. But that's, like, up in the wilderness. Like, you don't know what the, like, for that kind of ground.
Mean, for this part, this
that.
is pretty timid, I would call this. It's a good mix of wild and urbanization.
Yeah,
I'm not.
But where we would go, it was all like wild.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because that's usually the parts where I'd camp. I hated people who would do that. People who were like, I love camping, and then the moment that they
literally do nothing that involves like true camping.
No, yeah, when they go camping, they bring trailers.
Well, to be fair, we always had a trailer though.
Okay, even if it's not trailers, it's just the amount of electronics people would bring to.
Props to people who use tents though, because I tried to use a tent once and I could not fucking do it.
Dude, I tried using a trailer once and I couldn't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, just like a trailer makes me feel more safe.
I remember when the first time I was staying in a trailer, this was last year, around May.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was last year around May. I was going out camping, glamping basically with my mom's, because this was a party before their wedding. And as I was getting everything set up, this one guy, he had a shit ton of cigars with him. He didn't give me one, but when I was with him and I was hanging out with him, he had a disabled dog on a wheelchair, and it was a big dog too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a border collie.
Damn.
And what happened was he showed me around his trailer and all was fine. Then he lifts up his bed and he pulled out his shotgun to show me, and I'm like, oh, no way. You're just showing that to me? It was a good one too. It was an old one. Like, this is a restored 1890s double-barreled shotgun that he showed me. Like, one of the ones where you still have to take the tops and you still have to push the tops down so that way the blast caps could hit. That's what he had, and I was like, that is so fucking cool. Can I touch it? And he did. He let me hold it.
But anyways, guys, so we're hitting about an hour, so I think we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna get some moisture too.
Fuck.
But anyways, so but I'm gonna.
Why does it always rain when I'm intense? At this point, I'm just having to move I'm having to move the tent onto this table to stay dry.
But anyways, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It was a very unique episode that we've ever done.
Out of state and outside for the first time, and no halftime.
Yeah, and but then again, we kind of stopped doing the halftime after since like October. Though.
I want to bring back the halftime.
I don't know. I feel like we're better off without it. Like
whenever I brought up the suggestion of we're better off without the halftime, you said no, we should keep doing it. And then when we finally got rid of it, and you let go of the burden,
well, that was because I was in Florida. What else was I gonna fucking do for halftimes?
Sock puppets.
Oh my god. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna enjoy this episode. It's a very unique episode. I love the hell out of you guys. If you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button on the podcast and hit the notification bell to be notified for new episodes every Saturday, because it's Saturdays with the Boys podcast.
And thank you for joining.
And if you haven't already, hit the link in the description and subscribe to my main channel. We're at 222 subscribers. 222. We keep going up, and I'm forever blessed for you guys that watch my videos willingly. You guys don't feel forced.
Bro, I feel like when we reach 666 subscribers,
oh god,
we need to do like another horror skit. 666 special.
Yeah. But yeah, so but I hope you guys had an amazing summer. Good luck to all the ones going to school. Good luck to all the ones going to college. If you are, I want to be able to include everybody.
Good luck to the ones going to preschool. Got to be one of the hardest grades out there for real.
And yeah, so like I think I'm blessed to have an audience such as you guys who willingly watch my stuff, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. Because that's honestly why I keep on doing YouTube, because you guys actually enjoy it, and it's crazy to think of that. But yeah, but enough with the cheesy shit. Anything else you guys say before ending off?
No, I am ready for this to be over.
But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week when we're back on the grind and back in Colorado.
Goodbye.
Peace out. Oh yeah, deuces.
Deuces, yeah. Where was that? Yeah, peace out. Yeah, it's a fed.
Oh my god. Bye.
Trapping.